What's going on, everyone? We are having a little bit of issues cropping, but I think we're just getting it figured out. Yeah, so anyway, tonight for the daily, we got Ambrosia. Yeah, it's going to be me and Drosy on comms. GGW, that's me. So, how you doing, Drosy?
I'm doing good. It's always fun to see Ambrosia pop back up because it hasn't really been used much in a while. So it'll be fun to see, and I'm certainly looking forward to these runners. What about you?
Yeah, this is a Team Kappa Spherefinity League throwback race, kind of. It's not really anything official, but it's kind of just for fun. They decided to join tonight. But yeah, Ambrosia, not my favorite mode, but it is interesting. It's kind of like a budget standard where you kind of get the boots, but it's just really a hint. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how these guys do. We'll see who forgets the boots hint.
Yeah, the thing about Ambrosia is the seeds tend towards either like 110 or 150. There is no in between.
Yeah, those pendant dungeons, because all the dungeons or all the bosses, they're guaranteed to have an item. So when an ugly boss has an item that you need, it can really take a long time. But
Usually it's Pendant Mothula having that item, I've found.
that's not a fun one. All right, so we're off. The boots are in the overworld. Is that what it said?
Light World, yeah.
Light world. Okay. All right.
Which could mean pedestal. I know chat wants that. I see boots on ped in chat even.
Yeah, that hint doesn't really help too much. I guess you just hope to find it in like Kakariko or somewhere early. But yeah, I mean, there's a huge amount of checks in the light world.
And speaking of checks, it looks like we have a 5/6 crystal in Desert and regular crystals in Eastern and Hera, so that's at least nice if we can get some dungeon access and crystals out of the way before we even hit the Dark World.
Yeah, 3 pendant dungeons in the Dark World a lot of times can be really fast, especially if you don't need like any medallions or ice rod. Or it could be very slow if you end up having to go into all pendant dungeons. But usually it ends up working in your favor. I'll be curious to see who gets out of Escape first. I mean, my money would be on P-Train because I know he's got the most NMG experience, but we'll see.
Yeah, and there are the flippers in Escape, so that's certainly a nice find.
Yeah, we'll also probably see people try to farm some bombs because it is basically a standard start, so you'll need some bombs if you want to check the back of Escape. It's also probably my least favorite part of standard because every once in a while there'll be something back there and you don't get bombs, but your opponent does, and it burns you, but it's pretty rare.
Well, get used to it, since the main tournament is going to be nothing but standard.
Yeah, that is true. Standard hard mode.
And we're actually going to be featuring that in the dailies on, I believe, Mondays and Wednesdays for the next several weeks to help people prepare.
Yeah, I'm excited for. I tend to like the more bland, vanilla-ish modes, and there's a lot of like wacky modes in the dailies, so I'll probably start joining some of them to get some practice in.
So Spherefinity has definitely beaten Team Kappa to the Zelda Cell area.
Yeah. Yeah, Team Kappa known more for their luck than their execution.
And did we, in fact, get this exact combination of co-op races going against each other in the league? I think we might have.
Yeah, actually, I would not be surprised. This is probably very likely. This is not co-op, though, of course.
No, it's not, but we just treat them as though they're teams because they've played together so often. I mean,
Yeah.
besides being on the same team in the league, these pairs were two teams in the co-op tournament and everything.
Oh yeah, they were. I forgot about the co-op tournament.
Yes, they were Fear Gamma and Sphere Finite over there.
It'll be interesting to see. Maybe we'll have to ask after the race if there's any metagaming going on, because these runners know each other really well. So we'll see if they make any plays or skips or whatever, just because they know who they're going against.
And I just looked, we never saw this exact matchup in the league. We had Fear and Gamachu playing against P-Train and Sabotender, and then GFE and P-Train played against Fear and 1UP.
Ah.
But yes, just to re-remind everyone, as you pointed out, this is not actually co-op, even though it sure feels like it ought to be with who's running. So, Fear Agent, okay.
All right, we got bombs, so that's
Yeah.
very nice.
I was about to say he was the only one who didn't have bombs yet. I hadn't realized that they all got bombs out of that chest, so. Yeah, that's one thing. Since Casual Boots has been the standard lookalike that's been the most played over the last several months, you have to get back into the mindset, both with Ambrosia and with the stand hard that we're going to see in the tournament, that, yeah, you need to worry about bombs if you want to check the back of Escape.
Yeah, the enemies have like predetermined prize packs, and so it's like important to, if you can determine whether or not an enemy has bombs in their prize pack, then you can know whether or not to waste time continuing to farm them. I don't really know the prize packs too well myself, but that's something to learn for the tournament.
Well, there are 7 prize packs out there. 3 of them contain bombs. One has bombs right off the bat, so that's easy. One has bombs like 2 or 3 prizes in, and one has bombs like 8 prizes in, and a lot of people forget about that one. And I've seen races get very skewed early on when one runner remembers, oh yeah, if I farm down this prize pack far enough, I'll get bombs, and the other runner doesn't think about it.
Yeah. So Spherefinity out of Escape first. Hopefully Team Kappa can come back from this. P-Train first overall. Really flexing those NMG muscles.
And Gamachu's taking a slightly different routing. Actually, I guess Fear Agent's doing the same, coming in from the bottom, while GFE and P-Train are coming in from the top. Either way, we're getting gloves here. And that bush crab has a nice rupee reward that GFE just found.
Yeah, that's always nice to see. You can very quickly get a few hundred rupees out of that in the other crab, and then there's another crab by Swamp. So it's good knowledge to have.
And from GFE, I believe that was a bottle on Lumberjack, so we are almost certainly not going to need Lumberjack. It would have to be a really weird situation where there was not only something on Sick Kid, but that was locking the other 3 bottles.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen and actually be required. So pretty safe that it's not actually required.
Of course, we're still a couple of items away from Dark World access, so we might need Aga for that. And you'll love to see those early boots.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's... Well, now we're basically just playing casual boots with some weird boss item setting on.
There you go. I mean, well, Uncle didn't lie. The boots were in the light world.
Yeah.
But GFE is going to miss out. This is unfortunate. I can see that, you know, he's going for a bit of a big brain play here. He saw the early flippers, figured he'd do the flipper checks. Unfortunately, those boots and the flute are really going to help out the other runners.
Yeah, this is some very big brain routing, like maybe even too big of a brain, but if you get something here, like, you know, it's nice, but yeah, without the boots and the flute, that's really unfortunate to miss out on.
I mean, Blue Mail's nice as an early game thing, but, you know, the other runners can all just flute to 8.
Yeah. But with early boot and flutes, this will probably be a pretty fast seed. Probably. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're also now either a Hammer or Titan's Myths away from Dark World access.
Alright, so GFE gonna do these Zora area checks. Obviously doesn't have Zora money, so you better hope nothing's on Zora. Whoa, rewarded with the mitts. So I'm sure all the other runners are gonna get that, but he potentially could just go directly into the Dark World from Kakariko. So kind of makes up a little bit for some of the lost time.
Yeah, I have to imagine with the early flippers, you know, the runners, once they do the South Shore checks, will probably do the full Zora check because they all have Zora money now easily.
Yeah, all the other runners can definitely do Zora, and they'll definitely do the water walk and check Zora. So GFE just needs to dodge the Zora bullet.
Oh, and Gamma has to dodge the duck there as he sees the mirror on race game.
Yeah. I think all the runners, they opted to check first before going. Sometimes runners will just say whatever. I'll just go and gamble that it's gonna be something.
Yeah, that's usually if you didn't find much in the rest of CAC, but here they found so much in CAC.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
When it rains, it pours, apparently. Oh, GFE not going to Kakariko still. That is just going to continue to cost them more and more time, unfortunately.
And P-Train taking advantage of that flute to go over to Desert, but nothing in Aegina. Fear is now doing the same thing. Well, Gamachu's doing a bit more conventional South Shore check.
I'm kind of surprised that Gamachu checked the dam there. I know he likes to skip the dam and do it later, especially with like something like the mirror and the flippers already, you know, just do it when you do swamp, but decides to check it. Maybe just doesn't want to, you know, playing a little conservative.
Well, Gamma may be a bit spooked, actually. There was a friendly race that he was in last night, and he managed to forget Blind's Hut.
Oh, man. You're selling him out here, Drosy.
And he got his mitts in Blind's Hut at an hour 15.
Oof.
And still beat Fear.
Hey, man. Yeah, nah, that was a race. I mean, he was pretty much close to go mode when he got those mitts, but yeah. Anyway, looks like not much else here in the overworld, in the light world rather. So.
GFE is really gonna be kicking himself when he hits CAC because he is doing everything but.
Yeah, the old last locate Kakariko play. Don't recommend it, but sometimes it works out. I kind of understand why he's doing it, because he has the mitts, and so when he gets there, he could just go directly into the Dark World, and he has everything. But it's just really unfortunate that both the boots and the flute are there.
And so Gamma's going to be the first of our runners to actually get Dark World access. But of course he will finish the Zora area. And then, well, I guess what happens next will depend on the crystal and pendant layout in the Dark World, because we do have 3 pendant dungeons in the Dark World, so easily Skull Woods or Thieves Town or both could be crystals. Whoa.
Zora has the hook shot, so from bad to worse for GFE.
Yeah, there were some nice 300s in Kakariko. We didn't even think about the implications of GFE passing up those.
Well, he can do Pyramid Catfish Zora, because he'll have the mirror, so it's probably not the end of the world, but yeah, that's definitely really unfortunate.
Well, we're also, oddly enough, hammer away from Swamp Palace access.
Yeah, that is, that's true. Yeah, I feel like runners are probably going to be going up Death Mountain with both the mitts and the hook shot. And the mirror. You can bid pretty much everything on the mountain right now. This is looking like a really fast seed.
Except that they don't have a fire source if something's in Hair Basement.
Yeah, nobody does Hair Basement. It's not a real check.
Oh, okay.
Except for when then it's not cool.
Did Gamma do King's Tomb? I saw him do Bonk Rocks.
I don't recall. I would be surprised if he didn't. That would be just an oversight, but okay, chat's saying Gamma did both, so.
Okay, thanks. Our tracker, our Tarl.
Gamma using the Samaria block to kind of guide him through the old man cave.
I guess you can move slightly faster that way than if you have your sword out?
Yeah. I think it does actually slightly increase the movement speed.
I mean, it's not like you can move that fast with the old man in tow regardless.
Yeah. Gotta save those frames, man. That 1 second could be the difference. Alright, so GFE is about to get all the bad news here of what he missed out on. But if he manages to just completely skip Death Mountain somehow, like there's just nothing up here, like who knows? You know, could be right back in it.
Yeah, that's a lot of checks though, because we can do Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, but this is Ambrosia, so the hammer's probably just on like Pendant Vitreous.
So that's what the early Cane of Samaria was for.
Yeah, see?
Well, speaking of early Cane of Samaria, though, how much do you want to bet that Bombos opens Turtle Rock? Actually, we don't have the hammer.
Well, yeah, no hammer, but it probably is useful for something, and hopefully not Ice Palace without the hammer.
But yeah, we can do a chunk of Ice Palace now between Bombos and the Hookshot. Just what is it? 2 hammerlock chests on the right side, and then of course the boss.
Yeah. Of Ice Palace? Yeah, you can't do the boss, but yeah.
Right, that's what I mean. That the boss is hammerlocked as well as.
Oh, okay.
2.
Yeah.
And GFE gave us our first Dark World map check, and I saw the other 5-6 on in Meyer, in fact, French vanilla. Swamp is a pendant, and I didn't catch the other two pendants, but from the tracker it looks like green pendant was TR. Oh yeah, and red's pod. So GFE is now in Crystal Skull Woods, which we can't complete without the fire rod, but we can do the front and middle.
Yeah, some runners will skip this. Some runners do it. I don't know. I've been burned by skipping Skullwood so many times. I'm tired of skipping it. So it's reasonable, pretty reasonable play to do it here. He of course doesn't know about the hook shot, so.
Oh, and I was just thinking about whether Aga was dead, and there is that small chance that Hammer's on Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, we'll see who knows how to do a bomb dupe. If that is the case.
Of course, without a fire source, we can't beat Desert, so that doesn't come into play yet. But there's the Bowen Hookshot Cave, so that's definitely a good find. And that may hurt GFE if he takes a while to get his hookshot.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for Pod, but Pod's a pendant, and I don't know. I can't see anyone really running over there too quickly, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Eastern's a crystal and Armos Knights have an item.
That's true. Yeah, Eastern's not... The nice thing about Eastern is, like, you kind of know... You don't have to, like, take that 50-50 gamble with the big key chest. You kind of just know, I think, because you can just do the math. Whether or not there's a item there, so...
And also for item locations, it was nice to find the Cape in the Map chest in Hera, because we know Moldorm has to have the other item, so no need to open anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
And GFE finds Quake on Graveyard Ledge, so we now know 2 of our 3 medallion locations.
Yeah, that's a check that sometimes people will skip as well, so we'll see if anybody skips it and gets burned by that. But yeah, could come into play.
Well, looking at the trackers here, that opens Green Pendant TR.
Oh joy.
I was just thinking, we're actually seeing some more or less vanilla strats on Moldorm, except that you wouldn't have the cape in vanilla.
Yeah. Almost a sync between P-Train and Gamma here. So yeah, these guys have all kind of been... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, they're all kind of following each other around here, so I don't know. Hopefully we get some divergence with the other 3 pretty soon, but Myths for Dark Mode, they're probably just all going to go do Dark Village next, and they're just going to all keep going, so... we'll see if we get some different routing decisions.
Well, I was thinking, do you, like, check Meyer area? Oh, and Gamachu is going for Eastern, in fact. That was one of the other options.
Interesting. Yeah, I think this is, it's a pretty reasonable decision. It's pretty fast, and you got the boots, bow. Why not?
And GFE is getting that hook shot, so fortunately he doesn't need to worry about getting screwed by last locationing the hook shot. And P-Train, I'm guessing, is going for CAC Portal. well, I guess he'll do King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks first.
Yeah.
Which means he is orphaning Graveyard Ledge.
All right, we got a Meyer check here from GFE. I like this. I usually like to go Meyer pretty quickly. You get the medallion information. There's just free items in the thing over here. Meyer
And
shed.
guess what? It was Bombos.
Ah, well. Now we know our one step closer to hammer on Vitreous.
Yeah, I mean, if Big Key isn't on the Firelocked side, we can do Meyer.
That's true. But with, well, I think did somebody find Master Sword, or are they still all on Fighter Sword?
Looks like we haven't found any swords.
All right. Well, yeah. Vitreous with Fighter Sword is not really my favorite. So I don't know if anybody's gonna be that adventurous at this point.
I mean, arrows and bombs. Oh, and there's the blue cane in checkerboard. But yeah, GFE doesn't have the bow, so I don't see him going in there without. But I wonder if P-Train will. Meanwhile, while we were talking, Gamma is almost all the way through Eastern, but it doesn't look like he's really found anything of use in there.
Yeah, that's Eastern. There's not anything early. A lot of times, he just doesn't have anything at all.
Well, and Armos Knights has one of the items, so he's only gotten 2 items so far.
That's true. It is also not in logic, so hopefully, well, we'll see if there's anything here. Oh, GFE finds the hammer. That's a huge pickup.
Yeah. It does make Pendant Swamp available.
Yeah.
Not really words you want to hear, Pendant Swamp.
Yeah. Honestly, like, GFE's really kind of clawed his way back in this. That some good routing to route Zora back in before too much time passed, and he's got the hammer. Nobody else got the hammer, so things are looking up for him. Oh, P-Train also gets his hammer.
Yeah, Meyer was a good play. Eastern didn't really turn anything up, though, so they're gonna have to do Eastern eventually, and I didn't actually see where the big key was, so it may be the case that, almost all these checks were necessary anyway just to find the big key.
Yeah, I think Gamma skipped the big key chest, so it must have meant it was like a map or compass or something, so...
Okay, yeah, Fear just got the big key in the 3rd small chest. And the first 2 small chests were the items because he just skipped the big chest. So yeah, Go Mode Eastern will be exactly the same thing as Full Clear Eastern.
Yeah. Alright, so we're getting some new checks from P-Train and Thieves Town. I don't think anyone's gone in there yet, right?
No. Probably we're waiting for the hammer. It's one of those things you don't really want to go there without the hammer if you can help it, just because you don't want to orphan the big chest if you can help it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll be curious to see if the runners do the Smith chain here, because I know that's another check that Team Kappa does not like to do. So we'll see if anybody decides to go ahead and skip that, because they do have the mirror, so it's not going to get much faster.
And GFE is on the mountain, so he will get his bow and bombos medallion while he's up here. He'll also have a faster Moldorm fight thanks to that hammer.
Yeah. I feel like the way GFE's been playing this, he's going to go like straight to pod. He's going for all the Galaxy Brain plays.
Ah, Pendant Pod still has 5 items.
Yeah, it does.
And we haven't even seen Hype Cave yet, speaking of places with 5 items.
That's true. We have not. The runner is just getting the hammer.
I'm thinking P-Train may do it in combination with the Smith Chain after he finishes Thieves.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely. Oh. Gamma says no thank you to the Blue Cane, but that makes sense. He's already got a cape.
And enough weapons that he doesn't have to worry about like a Blue Cane blind fight or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and that powder in Thieves Town is convenient because with the hammer you can and the mirror you can just go over to Magic Bat afterwards.
Yeah.
So, are we Fire Rod from Go mode? It looks like we're Fire Rod from Go mode already at the half-hour mark.
That looks correct. We have the medallion. We don't need the ice rod. We do need a sword. So.
Okay, we're Fire Rod from Sword mode.
Yeah. This is a very fast seed. Feel like I'm not getting my money's worth.
Well, that's what I was saying about Ambrosia. 110 or 150, because the alternative is that Fire Rod just doesn't show up and we're here for another hour and a half.
Yeah. Come on, Pendant Helmasaur King.
Oh, so you're rooting for Pain.
Oh, with these runners, yes. I just think it's honestly more interesting to see how people route like more complicated or trolley seeds, but you get what you get.
Well, with all this divergence, it will be interesting to see who gets payoff first.
Oh, silvers.
And I feel like most of the runners are gonna pick that up because, you know, if you don't have silvers, you usually open a few chests along the way, and that one's right on the way if you're doing Icebreaker.
Yeah, that one's super free, so I would expect most people to get silvers.
But yeah, this is kind of crazy. We can do anything that doesn't require a fire source.
Yeah.
And I guess we can't check tablets either.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the book anyway, so.
Well, that's what I mean, the other item-wise
yeah.
limitation.
Yeah.
Oh, and GFE is gonna dive Pendant TR and see how far he can get with it.
Oh, I like the play.
No doubt you're rooting for Fire Rod on Laser Bridge.
Of course. I like to see the big brain plays work out. Always feels good too as a runner when you're rewarded for speculative decisions. But I actually think this is pretty standard play. Like, if you're up here, you're just going to go in and see how far you can go.
And hope the answer is not very far.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if this is a small key, we continue.
Oh. Looks like we're continuing.
So what is it? We need a small key. We needed a small key there. Then we need a small key in Chain Chomp Room. Then we need a vanilla big key.
Yep, that is the recipe. Alright, we got a fighter sword fight over here on Cold Stare. Gamma already losing half his health. Oh.
And that's with red mail, no less.
Yeah, he would be very... Oh. Wait, why is he switching to... Okay, this is interesting strat.
Yeah, the blue goo seems like a more conventional strat.
Yeah.
And yep, E is out of TR, not getting that small key in Chain Chomp Room.
Yeah. So that means that basically TR has nothing. Because we're just looking for the fire rod.
Unless it has 3 swords on Laser Bridge or something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we can dream.
Or rather, 1 sword on Laser Bridge, 1 sword on Trinex, and 1 sword on Sahasrara. How's that?
There we go. So I'm assuming P-Train did all the smiths and stuff, right?
No.
Oh no? He just immediately went over here?
I mean, he did Dig Game, but I think he just left after Dig Game.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if anyone in chat caught him doing anything between Dig Game and Eastern, but it felt like he went over there pretty quickly. Okay,
That's
our tracker's confirming that.
So are we just gonna last locate Hype Cave? Is that the new meta?
I don't know. Let's see what Fear and Gamma do now that they're both in Village of Outcasts. Fear's gonna do Dig Game here.
If the fire rod is in Hype Cave, I bet everybody feels a little bit behind.
GFE's frozen up a bit. I thought for a moment maybe he was in a dark room, then I saw his timer wasn't going.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a little bit of internet issues.
So Fear will be the first of our runners to do Smith Chain, and you said that Team Kappa didn't like Smith Chain.
I'm surprised. Although, yeah. There's a point where you just gotta do it.
And GFE, a man after your own heart, going independent pod.
There we go. I knew his brain was big.
And Fear freezes at just the wrong moment.
Chat saying GFE got a sword in Hype Cave. So.
Okay. And does chat know what Fear found on Smith?
I mean, the stream was frozen for me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone was looking at Fear's like own stream and maybe that didn't freeze or something. Magic Bat's nothing. P-Train's about to get his silvers.
Fear Agent rewarded with a potion from the purple chests and wasted his time doing the Smith Chain.
Almost vanilla. Except for the green goo in the bottle.
Yeah, almost. Honestly, I feel like anybody can win this race. It's really just going to come down to who finds that fire rod first.
And of course, it could also be something silly like, you know, we need the lamp to get to left side of Meyer or to Landmo, and one of those locations has the fire rod.
Yeah, that could the lamp is still potentially small chance, but it could be required for the fire rod. Definitely, yeah, that definitely could be a thing.
So Fear's going to be the last of our runners to finally find his hammer.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's hurting him too much though. It hasn't really turned into anything, so.
And meanwhile, Gamma's up to 4 crystals, and P-Train's about to be the same. Assuming he can get by Cold Stare here.
Yeah, Gamma's really been prioritizing the crystals, which, you know, I think it makes sense when you're basically one item from Go mode. You don't really want to spend a ton of time on Overworld when you could just rush crystal dungeons. So, but unfortunately for him, there just hasn't been the fire rod in any of the dungeons. So.
Was there perhaps a fire source on Smith? Because I don't know why Fear would be going to the back of Desert otherwise.
Oh no, Fear! I hope we missed that. Well, we'll find out very shortly.
Well, and Gamma's going to be doing Smith Chain here, so hopefully he won't freeze up and we'll be able to see what it is.
Yeah. P-Train.
Oh, it is the fire rod.
Oh, it is. Wow. Okay.
So Fear got Go mode with his hammer at about 40 minutes while, well, I guess he still needs that sword out of Hype Cave.
See, Team Kappa, they're learning. The Smith Chain, it's not always bad.
Yeah, and P-Train's probably gonna wish he did the Smith Chain while he was in the area.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he didn't. I mean, I kind of understand, you know, just you want to rush the crystals, so it's, you know, it's a tough call, but it is also like it's like right there. But you know, that's how Rando goes.
Meanwhile, Gamma and P-Train with their early with their early Ice Palace play will have the silvers for Landmo if they run out of magic there.
Yeah.
Of course, Gamma's frozen. I think the game just doesn't want us to see that fire rod acquisition. Oh, there we go.
The other thing is Gamma and Fear do still need a sword, but I mean, they should check Hype Cave at some point, right? You would think.
Yeah. How often do you see runners getting their Go mode in the form of a Master Sword in Hype Cave?
Yeah.
But yeah, Fear's gonna be hurting not having those silvers if he's clearing out Meyer now.
Yeah, he's gonna lose some time on Vitreous, for sure. But it's not like Cold Stare with Hammer is a much more interesting or appetizing fight. So, I mean, he's got 20. Is that 20 arrows or 10 arrows?
20, I believe.
20, okay. Well, yeah, he'll get through it. He's got the cape. Hopefully he's got some potions.
And P-Train's now gonna pick up his fire rod, and now it's just a matter of like, when the heck are any of these runners gonna pick up that sword, whether Hype Cave or whether they find one of the other two swords? And we also now know that, a sword is the best thing GFE could even hope to find back there, so he's unfortunately wasting time.
Yeah, the one thing that I'll say, it's a little bit questionable about these checks is like they're locked behind a fire source, and you're looking for a fire source. So, the only way these would ever have something is if you needed the lamp to then come over here. Oh, speaking of a sword, though, he gets tempered. Nobody's getting that sword, that's for
sure. Small consolation.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between master and tempered is less when you have silvers.
Yeah.
So Gamma is going to join Fear in Mire here. He will have those silvers for Vitreous. He does not have another sword. Oh, and now P-Train's in Hype Cave, so we can see exactly what was here.
It looks like GFE also got half magic, so some really nice to have items, but definitely not anything that's getting him closer to go mode.
And P-Train becomes the first of our runners to well and truly be in go mode. He hit it at about 45:38, which is a really nice go mode time.
Yeah, this is a very fast seed. It's just been dropping items on you since the start.
So P-Train's just got a quick Skullwoods back here, and then Mire and Desert play and up the mountain.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's really gonna make it to GT first. It looks like Gamma's just got Skullwoods and he's halfway done with Mire, so he might actually be the first into GT.
Yeah, but then he has to hope there's a sword there, or else he's gonna be hunting.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I mean, because the thing about Hype Cave is like, you don't need to do Swamp, so like, are you just going for it purely to check for a sword, or are you just gonna gamble that there's a sword in GT? So he could be in trouble if he goes up the mountain and there's nothing in GT, because there's only one sword left in the game that we don't know about.
Okay, so Gamma's in an interesting position here. He had to actually steal the full magic refill from this room to get into Compass Room because he doesn't have half magic and he only has Fire Rod. So he has just enough magic to get through this room.
Yeah, good thing he didn't accidentally. Sometimes you'll accidentally fire rod into the push block if you don't time it right. That would have been a huge time waste. Ooh,
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
GFE got the God Pixel in the Hellway and in Thieves Town. It was nice.
And while we were talking, P-Train took down Moth. So I assume the Meyer Big Key was in Map Chest, exactly where you hate to see it. Fear froze up right then, and now Gamma's freezing up, so we may not actually see it. Yeah, so that's gonna eat up a bit of time for the other two runners as well. That is the
Yeah,
last place you want the big key to be in Mire.
I'm a little surprised he did cutscene first. I'll have to ask him why he did that first.
Fear did it too.
Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, I mean, I know these guys are pretty good and they know all the Meyer key logic and stuff, but if it's possible that the big key isn't there, like, I don't know. I'm pretty much just always last locating.
Yeah, I know a lot of runners who will say, "Oh, there was a compass in the compass chest, not the small key. I'm gonna hope that the big key isn't in cutscene chest."
Yeah.
And yeah, Fear might be regretting not doing ice sooner once he finds those silvers.
Yeah. But that's just unlucky. Nothing you can really do about that.
Meanwhile, P-Train is the first to 6 crystals as GFE gets his third.
At least Fear Agent looked like he had some potions, so he was ready.
Yeah, and he made sure to save enough arrows for the big eyeball.
Alright, GFE is he gonna do? I mean, I'd hope he does the SNIS. If he gets his fire rod, then he is in go mode as well. Yeah, you can see the difference those silver arrows make. Turns a 2-minute fight into a 10-second fight.
Yeah. Vitreous, what Vitreous? So now, I mean, Gamma will finish off Skull Woods, and we were saying earlier he might be the first into GT, depending how P-Train routes Misery Mire here, but then he's gonna be opening everything looking for a Master Sword.
Yeah. Hey, there's the book. Alright, so GFE is on the way to go mode here, so that's good news for him. He does have a lot of crystals to catch up on though, so I mean there is still the swords issue that these guys have, so he could still be in this if Gamma and Fear don't find swords. So it's very interesting to see what these guys are gonna do if they're gonna go Hype Cave.
Yeah, and GFE is gonna be in go mode in about 5 seconds, and he'll have Tempered.
Yeah, Tempered probably saves about 2-3 minutes in GT. Well, these guys got silver, so it's not as big of a deal, but it still
Certainly helps.
saves some time.
Helps with the mimic rooms a lot. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
immediately flutes away as soon as he realizes his go mode. And P-Train did find that big key, so yeah, I think Gamma will just barely get his 7th crystal before P-Train, but it's gonna be close.
Alright, it's Gamma busting out the hammer. It only takes 4 hammer hits, except for when you hit Mothula into a spike. But yeah, that was a pretty fast fight.
I assume Fear got his silvers and there's just tracker lag. I've noticed it. tracking app's
Yeah,
been a
well,
bit laggy.
it is on his screen, so the arrows are the little silver icon. So. All right, well, looks like GV's the only one who's not going to have to do hammer cold stare. You're doing that right now. Getting pretty low here.
Oh, so hey, with this approach to Ganon's Tower, we do have a little game we like to play. We're not gonna do anything official here since there are also runners off stream, but if you would like to guess a number from 1 to 22 of where you think that big key will be in GT Basement, go right ahead. You have any thoughts on that, GGW?
I'll say 3, just to make it more interesting, because depending on where you go first in GT, could be a factor.
So you're going to be optimistic after that ugly Meyer big key location.
Yes, you can't always be mean to the runners.
And we'll go off of Gamma's count, even if P-Train happens to find the key first.
Yeah, so he's probably about a minute and a half or so ahead. He's basically a mountain climb ahead of P-Train. But, you know, with GT routing and maybe a little execution, that actually could, you know, he could make that up. And Gamma, looks, he's still on Fire Sword, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck to him. I hope he finds a sword.
I mean, the forward could be here.
It could be. He also might have to spend extra time, though, that P-Train doesn't have to spend looking for that. So even if he finds it, he might give up his lead.
Well, we did get a small key in Hope Room, so we're going right. Well, there's your 3.
Oh, left and right side.
Whole lot of junk there.
This is one thing that does tend to happen in fast seeds, is sometimes you just don't have a sword because you got all the other items so fast.
Now, GFE is doing Vitreous without silvers, but showing us that, you know, Cape plus Tempered makes it pretty easy, too.
Yeah, no, the Tempered really saving him a lot of time on bosses.
And just a couple of keys there in Stalfos room, so we're already at 11 and no sign of the big key. But that's good news for Gamma, because it means he's not gonna have to make a decision about whether to do too many extra checks, because he's already had to check most of the basement here anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, P-Train looks like he's going to do the kind of left first and a right side, so yeah, he's most likely not going to make up any time on Gamma unless there's no sword, which is definitely very, very possible. There could just be a sword on Laser Bridge and Gamma is screwed, because we know the other one that GFE found was in Pod, and you're never going there.
Also, the remote possibility, I don't find it very likely, but remote possibility that P-Train goes full right.
That's true, yeah. It's, that is a kind of pretty gambly play, but every once in a while you'll see people do it.
I mean, given GFE's unorthodox play this match, I think he's the most likely to try that.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we see some like tile room first or something from GFE.
So Gamma is now going to the back, and we're at 17. Still no sign of the big key. I don't think Gamma does tile room.
Well, unless it's the big key, right?
Right.
All right, so
But he is
potentially,
going to do Ice Armos looking for that sword.
yeah. And I don't know, like, do you do tile room? Like, I don't know. Probably not. But that's just like, that means he's only got, what, 4 checks left? There's no sword here. Oh, no sword.
Yes. Okay, so that'll save P-Train a very small amount of time. He won't need to do Ice Armos.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are gonna be kicking themselves they didn't check Hype Cave.
And no one guessed 18, so congrats to M4A2000 who guessed 17 and the Red Herring who guessed 19.
Yeah, Vortex, if you haven't done Hype Cave, I don't think you do tile room. That's true, yeah.
And Fear is now in GT as well. Also with a fighter sword.
Yeah, so we'll know Fear Agent's sword fate from watching Gamma's stream. Yeah, I don't think GFE is gonna beat P-Train, but he could still actually beat Fear and then Gamma.
Depending on that fourth sword location.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't find it upstairs in GT, I have to imagine Hype Cave is one of your first thoughts for where to go next. I mean, it's pretty close to the pyramid and everything.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like it's the fastest, most dense location to check.
You know, it would be really funny if that fourth sword's on Pyramid Ledge.
That's true. They'll definitely check that. I would think they'll check it before doing anything else.
And no one's checked it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that people haven't checked in this one.
And Gamma's well into the gauntlet, with P-Train a few rooms shy, still on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, chat pointing out that GFE missed out on the silvers, so that's
Oh!
a little bit of time loss. It's not as big of a deal since he is tempered, but yeah, you know, maybe 30-40 seconds he'll lose.
Yeah, it's basically Ganon and the Mimics and maybe Lanmo's right there to save magic.
Yeah.
But GFE has half magic, so he doesn't have to worry about saving it the same way our other runners do.
Yeah, that pendant pod dip paying off in spades.
And that tempered sword allowing for a really nice, clean cold stare kill that none of our other runners could do because they didn't have tempered.
Yeah, that was by far the fastest fight that we saw. All right, moment of truth here for Gamma. Will there be a sword? I mean, with Team Kappa's luck, I'm sure there will be, but we'll see.
Not so far, though. There was a key. That would be interesting luck if the big key, you know, had been somewhere really fast and the runners hadn't gotten keys downstairs.
Yeah. Ooh, just one chest left.
And Fear's about to get his big key and head upstairs. Ooh, and Gamma takes a Moldorm fall, onto the spikes no less.
He's got plenty of health. And Red Mail. He'll survive.
And
Yeah,
Fear, like Gamma, is checking those extra 3 chests, hoping for a sword that he's not going to find.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta check. I mean, you're definitely just hoping to find something in GT. But it looks like... Oh, Gamma took another fall? This is
Yep.
serious bullying by Moldorm too. Oh, he just poked him.
Yeah, so now we get the Enraged Dorm. No? Oh.
He might have fixed it with another slash. Come on,
In
Gamma.
any case, it gave P-Train the opportunity to pass him, and that last chest is vanilla.
Well, yeah, I think that pretty much seals it for P-Train here.
Because P-Train's also been opening them because I have to imagine he'd like to find Tempered. He doesn't really want to do Master Sword Ganon. Yeah, GFE might be able to catch up on Fear and Gamma depending how quickly they go to Hype Cave after this.
Yeah, he basically... I mean, unfortunately, the big key is in kind of a late spot for him, but yeah, still not quite out of it.
And yeah, we have nearly simultaneous Aga 2 kills. Gamma was able to make up quite a bit of time on P-Train there. I guess 1 cycle faster on Aga 2. Gamma? Oh, no, he is bonking.
Okay.
And it was not on Pyramid Ledge.
Right, where are they gonna go?
P-Train is not doing Samaria strats.
This definitely looks like a Hype Cave play. So, really not even that punished for this, but...
That's a friendly Ganon location for P-Train, so he'll easily get through Phase 2 on this cycle. And that's Gamachu's Go mode. Gamachu hit Go mode 15 minutes after GFE, and yet he's still ahead of GFE.
Yeah, I mean, it's a technically Go mode kind of thing, you know? But yeah, that's... I mean, those early boots and flute, not getting those for GFE really hurt a lot as well. And then a little bit of some big brain plays that didn't quite pay off, so...
Oh, nice double by P-Train to take down the pig.
Yeah, get your GGs in chat for P-Train. Yeah, he finished second overall with a time of 1:08:57. Hitsuyan was first overall with a time of 105.43.
Which means he probably did something similar to P-Train, only he might have actually done the Smith chain. And we're joined by P-Train, though. Let's let Gamma finish his fight at this point.
Yeah.
He's on phase 3, so we'll get him and Gamma in here, and they can discuss their differences.
No, I want to talk right now.
We can ask Gamma what he has against Hype Cave. We can ask P-Train what he has against Smith Chain.
Yeah. All right, phase 4. Just oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Gamma takes a fall.
Okay, P-Train. Now we'll talk to you. How's that?
Yeah, I was just seeing the future. I knew it was going to take him a while.
Oh man, Fear could overtake Gamma here. Oh wait, never mind. He still doesn't have a sword. Just
I believe there's someone else on the restream who took a costly Ganon fall when doing Master Sword Silver's Ganon a few weeks ago.
Was that GFE? Who was that?
Yes, it was GFE.
I would almost rather do Master Sword Silverless than Master Sword with Silvers. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I've fallen many a time trying to set up that spin. But anyway, yeah, GG. Pretty much, you kind of put off the Smiths for a while, but in the end, Gamma did not have his sword, did not do Hype Cave.
Yeah, that was a weird one. So after Thieves Town, I realized I'm practically a sword and a fire source from Go mode, and I could clear Eastern and I could clear Ice. So I thought, let me finish the village and do Dig Game, and then if Eastern and Ice are empty, I'll come finish up the Smith Chain to Hype Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Smith Chain, got Fire Rod, and I'm like, shoot, I'm in sword mode. What the crap do I do? And I know that every boss has an item, so it's a guaranteed 2 items plus whatever I find on the way to the big key.
Yeah.
So I thought, Hype Cave is fast enough. Let me dive that for 5 items, and if it has Master Sword, it's worth the trip, honestly. Not only because of Go mode, but just because it's that much quicker that you're killing enemies. So, and that worked amazingly.
And that was a very nice triple from Gamma to finally make Bacon here, so get your GGs in for him. And then we can come in here and P-Train, you can tease him about Hype Cave. So he is 4th overall with an official time of 1:12.12. Furious Magic got in while Gamma was doing his fall with 1:10.49 for 3rd. But yeah, so how did you like the seed overall? I mean, it was so friendly in general.
I mean, honestly, I felt like I kind of got into a rhythm there. Like, I was finding progression pretty steadily. It's hard to feel bad. I was in GT, sub 1 hour? Like, no matter what you did,
I mean,
it's hard to feel bad about your decisions when you're in GT under an hour.
Yeah, you had a 45-minute go mode, which is just, nuts.
Yeah, I wonder what people's PBs are. I mean, this is PB tier C.
Hi, Gamma.
Oh, hi, hello.
Hello, Gamma.
How's it going, Gamma?
It's going all right. How's everybody doing here?
We're doing good.
Good. Oh, okay.
Nice
I almost skipped.
fight.
I almost skipped the. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wanted to fight him again. That's what I wanted. Just get in more practice.
Well, I just thought it was your tribute to GFE.
Yeah, a bit.
But yeah, so Smith Chain paying off, huh? You learning?
After I finished Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town, I was thinking maybe I should just go for the big brain play and just go straight to Hype and to Swamp. But I'm like, nah, let's not do that. Not do anything crazy. Once I picked up the Fire Rod, I'm like, should I at least check Hype Cave just in case there's a free sword in there? But I just assumed maybe GT's gonna have one, right? That's how it normally works.
I checked Hype Cave just in case there was a free sword in there.
Oh, yeah, I really should have done that, but like, nah, GT has a lot of checks. But I was wrong this time.
And as
Where
Fear
did GFE
Agent,
find Tempered?
so
He's got
just to
Tempered
cut
and
in,
Magic.
with Fear Agent finishing 5th with a time of 1:14.26, he's also joining us in here. But yeah, GFE got Tempered and Half Magic in Pod.
Oh my gosh, that clown.
Yeah,
So that makes zero sense. Why would you do Pod?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him. He was doing some interesting routing this seed. He pretty much last located Kakariko, which really hurt him a lot with the flute
Oh, wow.
being there. Yeah. But yeah, GG's Fear Agent.
Yeah, I was going to say to Gamma, though, that early ice play paid off with those silvers. That definitely helped you. And also P-Train. Yeah, Fear, how did you feel getting the silvers and ice after that little Vitreous fight?
That was cool. So, how looking for Master Sword for Go mode is the stupidest mode ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you consider Hype Cave at all at any point here, or you're just like, no, screw it, GT?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but it's like, okay, if it's not there, I mean, there's more items in GT than there is Hype Cave, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
Did you full clear GT like past Ice Armos?
Yep.
Okay.
I
The only thing I didn't-
in Big Chest.
I didn't do Towel Room. I didn't do Big Chest. I forgot about Big Chest.
You saved yourself a big 20 in there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hype Cave was the first thing I did after GT, though. So, I mean,
Yeah, that's an obvious play. I see Hitsu finishing. I'm like, okay, well, I know where that sword is. It's the
Yeah.
most obvious play.
105 is ridiculous. I mean, see, like, I don't understand why you'd put off the mountain when it has so much stuff and you need hammer and fire rod and all that stuff. Like, I don't understand how you choose. It sounds like he chose to do Village of Outcasts first, which is it makes zero. I mean, everyone got their hook shot, right? Like, you had Zora money, you had the flippers. I can't imagine our routes being much different from the beginning, like, unless you're clowning like GFE, I guess. But then you have the entirety of the mountain and you're looking for the hammer with the hook shot. You got both light and dark, and you could do Hera. It's like, I don't understand how you don't do the mountain first. Like, I put off Village of Outcasts until like the very end almost.
Yeah, I had a weird route, which kind of affected my Hype Cave play. So I had a pretty early hammer. I had hammer before the village. I did Thieves Town, and I was like, oh, I just need a sword and a fire source for Go mode. So I actually left Smith Chain, Stumpy, K45. I went down to Dig Game, so that way if I wanted to clean up the Smith Chain, I didn't have to do any like weird checks in between Smith. But I did Eastern and Ice. And then I came back to clean up the overworld that I skipped, got Fire Rod on the Smith. And at that point, I was in sword mode. So I just checked Hype, because I knew I was going to do Mire and Skull. I'm only getting one item out of Skull. I'm maybe getting 2 items out of Mire. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and check Hype Cave, because if it has a sword, it's worth it. And, it's 5 really quick checks. So I just went ahead.
Okay, explain to me going to desert without a fire source. Like, I don't know.
That's not a
because
bad thing.
I was checking the Mire overworld, and then I was there, so I was like, eh.
I know,
I will say,
By the way, to cut in for a moment here,
It's one item.
You'll get your GG's. GFE has finally finished. Please, GG's for him.
I just don't understand this game. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, you got rewarded for going to a single item in desert and got the hammer right away. I don't know. I just don't understand. I guess
I was going to have to find the big key anyways, and there's a chance that it's on the way to the big key, and I'm already in the mire area. I actually contemplated diving mire without a fire source, but after finding hammer, I just thought that was too greedy.
Pretty much same as P-Train. I wasn't in my area, and we all have to go in the front anyways to get the big key, and there's one item in there, so I just figured I'll do that. Was thinking about doing the mire play, but the hammer just pushed me away from that.
GFE.
Oh, hi, GFE.
If you are talking, we cannot hear you.
Oh, GFE, are you there?
Hey, GG's clown route was too.
Yeah, we noticed.
It was clowny.
I was rooting for you the whole time, GFE.
Hey, I got my tempered and half magic, so there's that.
I had silvers.
You skipped the free silvers, though.
Where'd you get the silvers?
The Ice Palace big key chest.
Do you feel bad about that, GFE?
A little bit. I mean, what I don't understand is, see, Team Kappa doesn't do Smith Chain, so I don't get this.
I only did it because I figured, well, somebody ended up routing in Village Wildcats before doing the mire area, before having hammer in hand. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it. Got the fire rod and totally skipped my cave until after GT.
Yeah, but did you get your heart container out of Chomp's room in TR?
What? Did you really go in there?
After getting away from Graveyard Ledge.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't get boots till 15 minutes, guys. So.
Okay, a very important question. Who finished Escape first from Restream?
P-Train.
Followed by GFE.
Oh,
really? Oh, okay. I am slacking.
I had really bad ball and chain RNG too. I had a party over there with the green guard and ball and chains.
Hey, you too.
It was a 2v1.
I guess I gotta brush up on that NMG.
But no, I took my flippers from Lost Woods straight to Ice Rod Cave, and then did Waterfall, checked Zora Ledge, and went to Hobo. So I'm just glad I went back and comboed Catfish and Zora like first thing in Dark World.
Yeah, I was fluting all over the place, so that was much easier for me.
Yeah,
boots.
I got that later. Yeah, I didn't feel too bad about the boots because I was like, well, hey, I'm here with Dark World access. So I don't have to run back to CAC. But then I saw the flute, and I was like, okay,
back.
they don't have to either. So yeah, that felt bad. But I mean, I had to show chat something different. Couldn't watch everybody do this.
You did it for the viewers. Good for your GFE.
Yeah, for the content.
Did everybody else end on Master Sword? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did any?
And it's only by luck that I had Master Sword to begin with.
Anyone
I just YOLO'd Hype Cave. No.
Okay.
I just got too greedy skipping that. Was really hoping I could avoid that.
Wow, look at those remarkably similar collection rates. Team Kappa is very in sync with each other with the identical collection rates, even.
Yeah, well,
man, those are really long 2 checks that you guys did.
Did you open the Ice Palace big chest?
Yeah, I full cleared ice because I wasn't in go mode yet.
Wait, no. GT big chest.
No, my go mode was Fire Rod. Actually, technically it was Sword. I got Fire Rod off Smith, then fluted to Hype Cave just in case it had a sword, and that was my go mode.
I had a really bad gauntlet. That was my first time using just arrows, and that was just incredibly terrible.
I mean, I'm so used to being able to go mode Village of Outcasts lately that I just didn't want to go there.
Your Moldorm 2 Gamma is actually what the...
Oh my gosh, that was tilting. That was very tilting.
Yeah, 2-1. Moldorm won that fight tonight.
Thanks for keeping tabs, GGW.
Yeah. No
That's
problem.
pretty bad.
I'm on Fighter Sword. I'm used to doing spin attacks at that point, and there's no way I'm going to use Fighter Sword slashes up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought you had gotten in a poke though, and we're gonna get an enraged Moldorm, and you didn't.
Oh, at that point, I think he just dropped me again. That was the second drop.
Between Fear and Gamma, was I the only one with a Master Sword in GT?
Yep.
Yep.
And I took a
Oh
G
wow, they
and then
both went
fall,
into GT with Fighter
so
Sword.
I would have been like 30 seconds behind you, P-Train, if I didn't fall.
So you two got Go mode after GT.
Yes.
Huh. Alright. I mean, I can see that, I suppose, but pretty crazy not having the Hype Cave Sword.
Nah, Smith was my go mode, and I just got greedy, just totally skipping out Hype Cave.
I mean, it's not a bad call. Like, I'd say it's a coin flip. Like, for me, Hype Cave was worth the time it took to check, but that's kind of a slippery slope. Like, every check that you dedicate yourself to before GT that doesn't have a sword, you're just giving time away slowly, and it ends up being a war of attrition. You're just giving away so many seconds. Next thing you know, you're minutes behind because you've been hunting for a sword that was in GT the whole time. So it's
Yep.
a difficult call.
Yeah, I mean, I went to combo Eastern, Saha, and Pod before I went to Village of Outcast at all. So that's where a lot of my time went.
Well, GFE, I just saw in your credits that you beat 7 bosses with the Tempered Sword.
I mean, I was hoping it would save some time.
How
but not
early
the
did you
time
go
it
to
took
Pod?
full clear Pod. Well, let's see. My Dark World route. Found the item in the front of Skull, routed north, did the bonk checks and Graveyard Ledge, and then went over to do Catfish and clean up Zora because Zora had me scared. So I'm glad I did. From there, I went to Meyer area, mirrored, and found Hammer. Felt pretty good. And then went for the mountain after that. Full cleared the mountain, including dipping TR and Spike Cave. And then from there, I went to Pod Eastern. So
And you
I
did
didn't find
all
that fire
the
rod for quite a while.
odd checks.
Yeah, but like I said, if I hadn't gone to Catfish, I would probably have last located Hookshot, which would have felt pretty bad.
Yeah, we were worried you were going to.
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered that much if I could just hover. You know, you don't need Dora if you can hover in this seat.
Well, I'm sure P-Train could give you a tutorial, right?
He's tried. It doesn't work. I can only do it in practice. Can't even do that anymore because I'd just given up. So, but a lot of fun. I know Fear's really quiet over there, probably because of who finished in front of him. But was that Fear up there in the background?
Yeah, that was Fear barking. Yeah, just a shout out to Hitsu. He said he did not have silvers, so he just wanted to make sure you guys knew that.
Thank you. He was kind enough to point that out in chat. Thank you,
so
Hitsu. Thank you.
he did Master Sword Silverless and still got a 105.
Yep, that's a
Sounds
I mean,
crazy
pretty
time.
if you don't go to the mountain, then yeah, it's not that
Oh,
bad.
he go mode.
I think
Wait,
the only thing on the mountain, the entire mountain, was Bombos, right?
That's it.
the bow was on the mount. Wait,
Oh,
was there
no.
another
One
bow?
of them was. You didn't need
Oh,
that one.
y'all.
And
Okay,
Hitsu
he
didn't
got
get
the
silvers.
bow and ice. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
that was the bow he didn't get.
Must have been. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Wow, go
I
mode
mean, I
mountain.
can see it. I don't know that
Dream.
I'd ever route that way, but I see the route.
I can definitely see it with where Fire Rod was if you get that hammer before considering mountain. Yeah, I can see the 105 there. I mean, I knew I was behind from just clowning around, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, this was a fun one. It's always nice to run a seed where you have early boots, early sword, and a lot of nice progression. Red mail was fairly early, so you kind of steamrolled the seed, so you didn't have to think about living. You just got to play with the logic and try to figure that out. And it's always nice to have a seed like that every once in a while. Fighter sword was annoying though.
Yes, it was.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate the interview and the restream, guys. I'm looking really forward to watching this one back. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely didn't make any comments about Team Kappa or Sphere Affinity or any jokes
No,
about you
absolutely
guys.
not.
There
No.
was no jokes. You guys,
Treated us with
wait.
the utmost respect.
yes.
I need to check average time here. P-Train, did you carry me far enough? No, not quite. Not quite.
GFE though, you should watch it back because Gamma was doing your impression of a Master Sword Silvers fight on Ganon.
Yes, he took a little tumble.
Oh wow, that feels good.
No, it doesn't feel
Brings back
good.
memories. Did he use hammer on Aga 2?
I was close. But yeah, I echo what P-Train said. Thanks for the commentary, Drosy, GGW, Restream. And yeah, GG's to all runners.
Yeah, I have to
And
head
look
off,
forward
but
to
I
watching
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and thanks to our runners, and please give them a follow. I mean, they're all really great runners, and put on a great show for us tonight and everything. And I imagine we'll be seeing some or all of them back here getting ready for the main tournament over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And also,
Go ahead.
I was just also gonna give a shout out to our trackers here, Sorcerer Finch and Artarl. These 4-runner restreams, it's a lot of tracking, even when it's a relatively quick seed like this. So we really appreciate the work they put in.
Yeah, no, they did a great job.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna kind of wrap it up. But yeah.
Well, and GGW, it was great getting a chance to work with you.
Yeah.
I know you haven't done comms too many times.
Yeah, this is maybe like my 7th or 8th time. So yeah, definitely not like a com main, but it's fun every once in a while. But yeah, no, it's good doing comms with you. So yeah, I think that's it from me.
Yeah, for other goings on tonight, we actually have Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer going on Speed Gaming 2, and Speed Gaming 3 right now. So we're going to throw you over to one of those after this. And once those are done for the night, the next Speed Gaming program, we have a really hype match tomorrow at 4:10 p.m. Megawatt of the Fendrana Drifters going up against Yoshi of Triple Dino Disaster in Game 4 of the ALTTPR League Finals. So that should be a really awesome match. I'm looking forward to it, certainly.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
And other than that, I think that'll do it for us for now. So have a great evening.